Well, tomorrow is another big day of primaries across these key states, but all eyes will be on Pennsylvania, one of the hotly contested races we are watching there, the Republican Senate race, where it's a dead heat between Dr. Oz and Kathy Barnett. Her late surge in the polls has many Trump rivals and other Republicans scrambling to stop her, but a third candidate in that race could also pull ahead. And NewsNation's Kelly Meyer joining us live in Pennsylvania. So, Kelly, who is this third candidate, and how do they stand up against both Oz and Barnett?
Hey, Nicole. Well, we are here at Dr. Oz Election Eve rally. Earlier today, we hit the campaign trail with Dave McCormick. He's the wealthy businessman that was neck and neck with Dr. Oz until that sudden surge of Kathy Barnett. Now that kicked McCormick into third, but he tells us he isn't worried, saying it's all going to come down to the voters tomorrow.
It's the last-minute sprint to the finish line. The top three GOP contenders in Pennsylvania's Senate race are making their final plea to voters less than 24 hours until polls open. Businessman and hedge fund tycoon David McCormick meeting with supporters in Middletown, PA, a small borough in the center of the state working to pick up undecided voters in a county that President Joe Biden won in 2020. President Donald Trump is endorsing a rival, Dr. Mehmet Oz, but a member of the former president's inner circle, Hope Hicks, was in the front row supporting McCormick today. Today, McCormick brushed off Trump's opposition, telling NewsNation it's about who can get the job done.
In the end, Pennsylvania voters are zeroed in on three questions. Who shares my conservative values? Who can win the general election? And who can actually get there on day one and make a big difference?
Mary Kipple, who volunteered for Trump in 2016 and 2020, is now volunteering for McCormick. How much does former President Donald Trump's endorsement play into this race?
I think people are voting how they want to, not so much what Trump.
One McCormick supporter says his household is split, telling me his wife is voting for Dr. Oz. What are some of the conversations between the two of you when you sit down at the dinner table?
Oh, I tell her Oz is just a TV personality.
The TV personality is still leading in the latest Emerson College polling with 28% of the vote. Surging into second, relative newcomer Kathy Barnett with 24%. The Republican rising in the polls as Oz and McCormick attack each other. He's currently in third place with 21%. Barnett's meteoric rise gaining grassroots support is surprising and worrying some Republicans, who say her past controversial comments about Muslims and the LGBTQ community could cost her as the party's candidate in the November elections. There is also now uncertainty in the Democratic side, leading Democratic contender John Fetterman suffering a stroke. His campaign saying he'll stay in the hospital resting and recovering, sidelining him for Tuesday night's election party. His competitors, current U.S. Congressman Connor Lamb and State Representative Malcolm Kenyatta, wishing him well.
And Nicole, we are waiting for the current frontrunner, Dr. Oz, to speak to supporters here. We're about 40 miles outside of Philadelphia. This is his last chance to talk to voters before they head to the polls tomorrow. Nicole.
All right, Kelly Meyer live for us in Pennsylvania. Thank you for that. Thank you for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.